give me, never get. Don't you know your manners yet? Yes, I do. Not today. Give me anyway. So says the childhood rhyme that we all grew up with. This aggressive touting of our own deserve. It's this wonderful articulation of greed. Now imagine if we lived that way. Imagine if we aggressively believed, that we are somehow owed everything that we could possibly want in life. And we are owed by the people around us, we're owed by the world, we're owed by God. And so we enter into our life with this complete self-focus desire to obtain and hold everything our hearts could desire. And so we just approach everything with this attitude of gimme, gimme, gimme. Imagine if we lived that way. Well, in our gospel reading, Jesus tells a parable about somebody who does. It's the parable known as the parable of the rich fool. And it's clear in this parable that this rich man is only focused upon himself. He has no sense of care or desire to bless others. And that's really what the parable boils down to. Jesus ends the parable by talking about being rich towards God as opposed to being rich in the eyes of this world. And see, being rich toward God is not about what we can acclaim for ourselves. It's not about amassing a certain amount of resources or items to our favor. It is about giving ourselves to the blessing of others. St. Basil the Great in the 4th century commented on the parable of the rich fool and said it would have been so easy for that rich man to say, what shall I do with my crops? I know what I will do. I'll feed the poor. And I will invite the poor into the storehouses. But he didn't. He said, I will build bigger barns and I will store up for myself all of these treasures. The question that we sit with today is, how do we use what God has gifted us? Not for our own self-pleasures and enjoyments and status, but how do we use what God has blessed us with for the blessing of others? Because the way of Jesus is the way of giving, and it's the way of love. Anyway, that's what we're going to be speaking about in church this morning, and I want to invite you to join us. We have 2 services, one at 8 o'clock, one at 10 o'clock in the morning. And if you're in Calgary, we would love to see you here at Holy Cross. Or if you're online, please join us on our live stream at 10 o'clock. Just go onto YouTube and find our channel, which is at Holy Cross Calgary. But wherever you are, may you know that God is with you. May you know that God blesses you. And we look forward to seeing you in church sometime.